Ooh, welcome to the Human Bacon Podcast. This is episode, what are we at, Nick?
25.
25.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And we got an unexpected guest today. Mr. Luke Davey again.
He's back.
How we doing?
Trice times. Trice?
Yes.
That's what 3 is, right?
I believe so. Well, Luke was just speaking Spanish, so...
He was. He
a
knows
little
his
bit.
Yeah.
right and lefts in Spanish.
That's true.
It's very impressive.
I've been taking Spanish since 5th grade.
Wow.
Can't speak Spanish, but I know a lot of words.
A lot of just individual elements.
Yeah, really nothing.
You just can't combine them into sentences.
Nothing,
Nuts.
fragments, nothing useful at all. So I got nothing out of the class, but I know random words that don't mean anything.
Wow.
So
So you get a phone for anywhere, you just Google it and Google Translate.
exactly, I have this phone to look up anything I want. So basically, school's meaningless. That's why I dropped out.
Nice.
No, I'm just kidding. I didn't drop out.
But I think you just finished, what, your first year?
Yeah, dude, it sucked.
Where did the sorting hat put you?
The what?
The sorting hat? Which house? It's a Harry Potter reference.
See, I haven't seen Harry Potter because I'm an idiot, so I have no idea what that means. But I just fucking set up my next semester, which is going to be 16 credits, so it's going to be fucking difficult. But at the same time, boys, you got to power through it, you know what I mean?
Gotta power through it.
No big deal. It's not bad. It's because it's CS. Computer science is any STEM degree, I'd say. You know?
Well, I have news too, because just a month ago, I changed my major to computer science.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Holy shit, dude.
Because I was staring at my criminal justice major, and I said, fuck that shit. And I wanted some objective and tangible that I can grasp and doesn't involve other people, because fuck people.
Yes, fuck people.
I was watching you explain that right there, and I think I had my mouth open for a solid 10 seconds because I'm astonished.
It was about 8.5, I counted.
Yeah, I'm amazed. I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
pretty
That's
good.
awesome. So that's like a total turnaround. Not that fucking criminal justice is bad at all. I mean,
I only lost credits in 2 classes, because I was basically taking prerequisites for everything, so that I got like just everything covered, and then like,
Gen
because
Eds.
I was like, what major do I want? And I was just kind of experimenting for a minute, and my friend makes $70 an hour as a software engineer, so that
That's a lot of money.
he's crazy. And he just works from home, and he makes $70 an hour.
yeah, that's the best part. The benefits.
The benefits are
Like
insane.
When I go to argue for any job, it's like you basically are bartering. Like it gets so specific down to parking spots, gas
Oh, yeah.
cards, you know, and on top of any other benefits. So if you get to stay home, no one really knows when you're working. And I'm someone who loves to power through all this shit and
Yeah.
then just be able to sit there and not
Yeah.
have to do anything. So
Just crush it quick and then do nothing for...
exactly, and that's like what
Ever.
that's what people in CS like to do. They like to fucking write the program and get it all done, and then just not have to fucking keep. You know, you don't go through it slowly. It's like a full thought
Yeah.
process. So
It's not that 9 to 5 fucking grind every day. Nobody wants to do that shit.
I know you want to just wake up and you feel productive right in the morning, fucking shower and shit, and get what you need done, and then just not have to keep that up for until 5 o'clock at night.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You know, it sucks.
Working from home does sound so nice, though.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd get much work done, though, but...
I know, you gotta keep yourself in line. Self-discipline, I guess.
This is true.
I like discipline.
But dude, that's awesome. So you're still taking gen ed, so yeah, you get those out of the way. I know you have to take there's free electives. I know you have to take at least 4 just of any category, so you need that, which you probably already have, and then
Yeah.
natural sciences where you need it's an elective with a lab.
Yeah, at Middlesex, it's like I need 65 credits or something to like finish the course or get the associates,
Yeah,
and I already have 30. So like literally,
so
like,
you're past a
Yeah.
freshman. You've entered like sophomore.
pretty much, yeah. Like 'cause I lost a few classes, which was the criminal justice classes that I took, because I mean, after those classes, I was like, no, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's not the easiest major. It's honestly notoriously known as one of the most difficult, but it's not like it's fucking
No, yeah.
astrophysics. It's honestly, if you want to do it. If you don't want to do it, it sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's self-explanatory. Everybody knows that. But
No, but as I learn more about it, and like, because what made me change my majors, I just talked to my friend for like 3 hours about it, and he just explained like his process and how he went through it, and like I've always loved like computers and shit, so just learning programming and stuff, like I'm already going through JavaScript, Python, C++. He walked me through some of that shit. So like, I mean, yeah, it's a lot, and I'm like 90% done with JavaScript right now, and then I'm gonna start like little projects with it. So
That's good.
it's fun. It's fun stuff.
JavaScript is a good place to start
Yeah, that's where he started me. He was like, yeah, start in JavaScript.
as like a browser. That's a browser-based language, so it's just it's like a good building block. So yeah, it's good to start at. My classes started in C, and then they'll go into C++. I don't know after that. I'm fairly certain that it's assembly, but honestly, if you can learn Java's a C-based language. So if you honestly, at the end of the day, can learn C or Java, then you pretty much understand like a programmer's mindset with any language. Like you'll realize it's all so similar.
Yeah.
Like Java comes from C, so Java's just like C. C++ builds off of C. Those three are basically one and the same. It's just a little bit of syntax differences.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
once you can learn one, the other, it just becomes so much easier, because then it's like a totally different way of thinking than everyday life. Like you literally have to. It's hard to explain if you don't program, but you don't even think in English. It's like basically just fragmented logic that you tie
It's
together.
the Matrix.
Yeah.
The Matrix. But yeah, once you learn one language, you can learn any of them.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun stuff. Like, just learning it, I was just like since there's like math involved, like with like the syntax, and like, but not everything like in the math terms, like, because like equals doesn't necessarily mean absolutely equals,
Yeah.
Be a couple, like that's like 2 equal signs or 3 equal signs is absolute, and then you're like, what the fuck? I thought equals was just equals. But
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, is subtle differences. Like
Yeah.
just a comma will ruin the entire program.
that was happening to me today because I was on JavaScript, and like I didn't have a comma. It was in this. It was like in this function or whatever, and like it just kept doing error, and I was just like, what the fuck is happening?
For me, the hardest thing about programming isn't even about syntax and like figuring out what to write. It's more so about managing memory, where like it becomes wicked confusing, because you'll have a project where you're pulling different files from different. You're basically like it's kind of, when you get farther into programming, it's not just one file you're writing. It's like several, and then you tie them all together, and that you're pulling functions from other files, and it turns into a massive project, and it all comes together, kind of like different like limbs to a full body, and then it's really cool. But that's like the most difficult part, is making sure that the memory, everything ties together. Like you try to refer to something that, is it really there? Because like you have something called scope, so if there's like, if you're trying to refer to something that's outside of that scope, then it's not going to happen, and it's so easy to get lost in the weeds after you're like 300 lines in.
Oh yeah.
So, but
That's like when it was going. You guys are way too young to remember, but I remember when it was going from 99 to 2000, and everyone's like, "This is it! Like the world's gonna shut down." Like people were legitimately afraid that
yeah. I thought that was so fun.
I wonder how many computer science people were just like, "No, like that's not a thing." Like just because it's changing a year, but people are like fucking stocking up in bread and stuff because it's going to 2000.
Digging holes in their
I remember
backyard,
being on the
making
news and shit,
bunkers.
people like freaking out because like computers are gonna shut down. What the?
They're like staring at the TV like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like it's 9/11 or something.
They literally at like convenience stores was selling like a bunch of alien stuff too because they thought aliens would come in and everything. So like that was the big.
What if they
theme.
did? That would be incredible. The year 2000 hits, and they're like, listen, we're here.
We're here.
Here's the deal.
They're gonna show up some random time and be like, "Time doesn't matter. It's not really the year 2000."
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
what-
In every
Really?
movie, that's how it works, though. It's like the crazy people were right, and then it's just like, yeah, there's like probabilities, like wise, yeah, crazy people are right
It'd
sometimes.
be more fun to live in like a conspiracy theory world where there really are
Yeah.
like lizard people and like an Illuminati that lives forever. Like,
Yeah.
It's a fun world to live in.
like that sounds fun. So you
wish-
just get old and die. I'm like, oh, all right.
Delusion. In other words, delusion.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Pretty high right now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Smoke some marijuana.
But you got some Irish whiskey, didn't you?
I do. Right after my 21st birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Looks awfully lot like Proper 12, but I think this was out before Proper.
Could just be rebottled and you might get fucked. So
It's water.
Yes, it's water.
it's water.
I remember I turned 18 and my stepdad was like, "What do you want? I'm gonna get you some booze." And I was like, "Give me some Jack Daniels," because I thought it was all hardcore. I didn't even drink it. I took like a sip and I'm like, "Get this fucking thing away from me, bro. What is in this?
This is
disgusting, dude."
Yeah, when you're young, you think that fucking alcohol is gonna taste great because
Yep.
you know your parents are sucking it
Oh
down.
yeah.
And you're like, wow, it's probably like soda. And you take one sip and you're like, oh, they just have issues. They're trying to fuck
Yeah.
themselves up.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this isn't for the
You're just
taste.
used to everything having sugar, and then you drink a beer and you're like, "There's no sugar in this. Like
Yeah.
this is."
Yeah, when I was young, I was at like, you know, we would have cookouts every summer. We had to have a lot of them. And I got to the point where I was just like, oh my God, you know, everyone's drinking Budweiser. Just everyone. All the time. They come with fucking 24 packs.
But
And every time I ask for one, they say, no, it's an adult drink. I'm just like, adult drink? Okay. What the fuck
Adult
does that mean?
drinks.
That must mean it tastes the best, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the forbidden fruit that I can't have. So my uncle put his beer down to go do something. And I grabbed it and I just chugged it.
You chugged it.
I chugged it.
Not
I was
even a
like,
sip.
I was like 5 or 6. I was young, and like I just chugged it because I was just like, this is gonna be ultimate ecstasy, right? This is gonna be ultimate like endorphins in my brain.
yeah.
It's gonna be great. So I just chugged it, and after like the second sip, I realized I was like, this tastes dreadful. I was like, I don't know what this is, and I don't know why everyone's drinking it, but they're fucking retarded.
Yeah.
And I
You're
puked. I puked everywhere.
Really?
I did.
Wow. He's like, I'm going back to Fanta.
It was, I was like, give me my little teenies, you know? I was like, give me a teeny from the cooler. I was like, I'm done.
Give me my bug juice.
I'll stick
Give
with
me
the,
the
I'll
bug
stick with
juice.
the kid shit.
We me and my cousin one time on New Year's Eve, we were upstairs and they had like, you know, sparkling cider or whatever for the kids, and they were drinking champagne and no one was paying attention, so me and my cousin were just filling our cups up with champagne, and then we were just like, you know, then you're a kid and you act like you're drunk or whatever, and then at the end of the night they realized that we were all actually drinking, because they were all like, this seems to be gone really fast, and we're all just a bunch of kids just like stumbling around. We're all
really
like,
fast.
Happy New Year!
I did that once too, actually. Like
I was like 11.
I was in my kitchen. And we had it was like the sparkling cider, right? Like
Yeah.
I had a thing of that.
Uh-oh.
And it was dude, I remember my mom walked in, and dude, I acted so fucked up. And like I put it up to my mouth and I was like stumbling in the kitchen, and like I was just completely pretending. But then she like fucking grabbed it out of my hand and backhanded me so hard across the face. Dude, I fell on the floor, started crying, and I go, it was a joke. She goes, hey, that ain't funny, that's what you get. And I was like,
Oh
fuck.
my god.
Dude, that was bad.
He's like, I never forgot about that.
I learned a harsh lesson that day.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
like, don't pretend to be intoxicated.
Thought it was
Don't
fun.
do it.
Doing fake shots. I'd pour like Coca-Cola and a little bit in a cup. And I think I'm taking fucking shots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do that with Gatorade. I take the,
Yep.
the cap off. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yep.
And I'm like, I'm 3 in. I'm feeling it. You know.
Give me another one, barkeep. Then you finally go and start drinking, and you're like, wow, this isn't what I thought it
you're
was
like,
going to
this
be
isn't
at all.
incredible. Yeah. Dude. So, Netflix.
Yes.
Witcher 2 season.
Oh, yes.
Dude, did we watch it?
We did watch
Oh,
it.
yes.
I
What
watched
did we
it.
Yep.
think?
It was awesome.
Yeah, a lot of people said that season 1 was pretty slow, you know, but I
Yeah.
feel like there were so many timelines, there's so much lore, so
Yep.
much information, they had to tie it together.
I don't know enough about like the games and stuff. I played the third one, but I didn't really know much about before. But I guess a lot of people are upset about the guy who turned into a tree and he died. I guess I guess it was like a whole different character and had like a better backstory and everything. And but
Yeah, well, that's how it's always going to go. Like, the people at Netflix.
Fucking Nivian was good. Like the introductory, like the magical house with Nivian.
Yeah.
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Tormund Giantsbane from Game of Thrones, you know, played him. But in the books, the way it's written is like pretty much exactly the way it was acted out there, and it was just it's just phenomenal. It was just great because like I've read like half of the first book, and just like I don't know, when your mind's eye connects with the book that well, like with the show, it's fucking it's such a good feeling.
Yeah, it must be a different experience if you've read the books and played all the games then. Because I've only played the third one.
Yeah, I've only played the third one.
I've only played the third one.
Oh.
That's it.
But you've read the books.
I've read half of the first book.
Oh.
Half.
How many books are there?
There's like fucking 12.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Jesus Christ.
There's a shit ton.
Yeah, so the guy that watched or read 12 of the fucking books is
Yeah, it's gonna be
watching
way
it
different,
Like,
yeah.
oh my God.
He's watching it completely
Yeah, yeah.
It's
different.
like I'm noticing everything.
Henry Cavill's a fucking beast, though. I guess
Oh,
he's
he
like a
is.
wicked nerd into it too.
Damn.
is.
Like, yeah,
Yeah, I remember I watched this thing. He said that like if a Witcher show was ever made, like he told like his like producer or whatever that he wanted that role and like it was his.
Yeah.
Like you better like chase after that role, and that's what his producer did because he was like because he loved the video games and shit. So
yeah. I saw an interview with him, and they asked him if he was like, I guess he was correcting people on set about like the lore and
Damn.
stuff, and he was like, they were asking him if it was true, and he was kind of like, yeah, like I was, like he was trying not to be a dick about it, but he's like, yeah, I was kind of correcting people. He's a wicked nerd, though, I guess.
Yeah.
nice.
Playing D&D and everything.
D&D.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really nerdy. He's really hot, though, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're hot and you're a nerd, then that's completely like okay.
Same thing with the guy who
completely okay.
Deathstroke at the end of the Justice League movie. The guy's in a couple other things, but it's the only thing I can think of him in right now. He's like same, like has like D&D matches at his mansion and shit. And I'm like, what are you talking? He was in like
really?
Magic Mike and shit. I'm like, this guy? I'm like, nerds must hate him. There's some fat guy in a chair watching that. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm never gonna get
Yeah,
laid. Look at
dude.
this guy. Like,
Yeah, that's true. Dude, listen, just because you're good looking doesn't mean you're not a nerd, dog.
Yeah,
Chris
exactly.
Hemsworth about to post on his IG playing a little Halo 3. You know?
was he really? That's funny.
No, I just made that up. But he probably has never played any video game. He's constantly working out and eating greens.
Ugh.
But
Yeah, I don't think The Rock's playing video games.
he's on so many steroids,
Yeah, he's too big.
performance enhancing drugs.
The way
chemicals.
he picks up Kevin Hart though, it's worth the steroids. It's very funny.
Yeah. How tall is
very
Kevin
funny.
Hart?
He's like 5'4".
Yeah, I'd say 5'4", 5'5",
5'4".
or
Yeah.
something like that.
He's a short dude.
Tall guy.
A lot of money. A lot of money.
Oh
Can
yeah.
I have some? Just a little.
I mean, Kevin Hart and Joe Rogan, they just show you that height does not matter. It does not matter one
No.
bit.
He made like a gay joke on Twitter. So like smashing a doll. Remember, I mean, fucking what's his name? Dave Chappelle in his special Sticks and Stones talked about it. He was talking about Kevin Hart when he made that joke about smashing a dollhouse. So he was like,
Yeah,
if my
yeah,
kids,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
remember.
dude, I don't understand that. That's the only controversy. Actually, did he cheat on his wife?
Yeah. And
Alright,
they
never-
had it, and it was on videotape, and it got leaked.
I was supposed to say that was his only controversy, but he
No.
cheated on his wife too. So, but hey, listen, at least he's rich. I was about to defend him, but no, I can't.
Hey, you know, it's tough. It's tough to
Listen,
do when
dude,
you
it's
get
tough when you have a six pack and you have everything in the world and you're
and
famous and
any woman, every woman is just throwing themselves at you. How are you just gonna be like, no?
you're 5'6" and this or 5'5" and this 5'10" gorgeous woman comes up to you and she's like, I'm in love with you, and you're like, I've never spoken to you before, but due to seeing his millions of movies, his
Yep.
famous movies with I don't know, fuck, I forgot the guy's name.
The Rock, he's in movies with everybody. He's in.
What was the fucking guy from Ice Cube, bro?
Friday.
Dude, if you can get
Friday,
along
right?
with Ice Cube,
Yeah.
Yeah, Ride
you can do
Along.
anything. Yeah, Ride Along.
Ride Along.
Didn't they
Oh,
make a
Ride Along.
second one too?
Yeah, they made
See,
two of
dog,
them, yeah.
He's just a train of success. A short train of success.
And it's crazy some of the people that got really big that aren't anymore. Like Cat Williams for a little while was like huge. Like his specials were hitting, and then like
Oh
nobody
yeah.
cared.
What was his controversy again?
He got in a fight with a 15-year-old. And there's a video of it, and he got his ass kicked too. The 15-year-old beat him up.
Wow.
Oh my god.
You can't really come back after
No.
that.
No.
Dane Cook was selling out like Madison Square Garden and shit. Last time you heard,
What happened to him?
some people said that he was stealing jokes, but it wasn't really. I think he was just really big, and his material was kind of like corny. So a lot of other comedians didn't like him.
Yeah.
So they said that he was like stealing jokes and stuff. He said Louis C.K. I guess they said he stole a lot of his jokes.
Oh. I mean, regardless.
And then Louis C.K. had a TV show called Lou, and he had Dan Cook come on, like a real TV show,
yeah.
not like a talk show, like a kind of like a sketch comedy kind of thing. And they sat there and talked about it. It was kind of funny.
I've only seen that show on YouTube, like the clips. But there's
Louis?
always-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wicked dry.
Yeah. So I couldn't watch it for like an extended period of time.
No.
It's kind of like there's so many shows that you'll never watch on TV or on Netflix or whatever, but you'll watch it on YouTube as clips.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know? like those fucking medical shows, I'll watch a short clip of that, but I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
watch a 45-minute video.
No.
But-
Curb Your Enthusiasm. That's one that I watch clips on, but I can't, like, it's just a lot of
Yeah, it's another
episodes.
clip.
Yeah, dude. You ever watch those fucking videos of the like Asian or some sort, like I think it's Vietnamese guy something making those houses?
Oh, dude.
It's
I
like-
get lost watching those sometimes.
You know, it's stupid shit like that or restoration.
He's just in, like, the
videos.
middle of a jungle.
Yeah.
This fucking dude
And
just
two of
builds.
them.
Yeah. And
Wait, he just starts digging, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just starts
Yeah.
digging.
And then
Yeah.
just
It's
builds,
fucking like clay.
pools and shit. And, like how did you, what?
Yeah, they're just walking back and forth, swimming, filling up some swimming pool with that fucking those clay pots
Those
they
clay
put on their
pots
shoulders.
that they must have to take 600,000 trips. How long does it take to fill one of those things? One of
There's
those.
only two of them, bro. There's only two of
Ugh.
them, and those pots are small.
You walk 20 miles at the clay
what I
pot with
mean.
water, and it's like, okay, we got water for like 30 minutes.
I mean, a piece of me thinks that they will just show a short clip of that, but then take out the hose or whatever math
think
thing
somebody-
they brought,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then just fill it up and be like, because why?
The water truck shows up.
They're like, why would we actually fill this pool all the way up when we could just pay?
Yeah, what do they do afterwards with them?
I know. What do they just leave?
Do they just leave after that? That has to take weeks. There's no way
know.
that just like.
I know. There's way more to it. Obviously, it's much easier.
And how close are they together? They all just lined up in a row, like all these.
Yeah. I
How
know.
far from the stream are we going here? Like, it is crazy though. I love watching that shit.
I also watch like those restoration videos. They'll take some rusty fucking item, and they're like,
Yep.
when they show the before and after, you're like, I have to watch this. For
You're like,
30
how the
seconds.
fuck is that possible?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fall down that YouTube rabbit hole every day.
Yeah.
Every single day, all of a sudden, I'm like, how long have I been watching this? And
Yeah.
it tells you on YouTube how long you've been.
Yeah.
And I stopped going to that because I'm like, I don't need to see that. I was on YouTube for 3 hours today. Like,
Yeah.
Or it'll be like there's this one dude that does like wood crafting. It'd be like a giant fucking log that you see. He just like is like pulling out of the middle of a forest, just like fucking gangrene
Yeah,
all over
yeah.
it. And then it's just it. And then he's like the before and after picture is like a fucking beautiful, miraculous like rocking chair. And you're like,
Ornate.
what
Yep.
the fuck?
Yeah.
You're like, I have to watch now.
it's crazy. Some people can do that. Literally, like look at like a piece of wood or like just some dirt, and they go,
They
"I'm gonna
see
make
the
something."
item in there.
Yeah.
And they see the item in there, and then they just fucking craft it.
You can give me directions and all the tools to do it, and I'll still be like, "Help! I need help."
Dude, I've watched so many Shark Tank clips. You guys ever watch
Shark Tank, yeah, that can be savage too.
Kevin O'Leary's like, listen, for the first 3 years, I want a 5% royalty. After I take a third of your company. Based off your evaluation, you guys are fucking idiots. I'm like, I love this show. I love Kevin, dude. He's the man. Because he has no education. The truth is, he has zero education. He's just an asshole.
It's just
And it's allowed him, I don't know. He
He's
knows.
just figured it out.
Yeah. I don't know. Very
Some people got
entertaining.
that like business asshole like charm about them.
Or Kitchen Nightmares, dude. Gordon Ramsay.
I fell down. Gordon, yeah. Was that the one where he goes to the restaurants?
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah. Well, all of them. Yeah. He goes
Because I
in
know
there and
not
he's
the
like,
competition, right? The one where he goes in and just ruins people's fucking lives and tells them how
No.
shitty their restaurants are. That's my favorite.
I like when he goes in there and he loves it, you know?
Because that never happens, so
I
that's
know.
why it's.
Yeah.
He went into this some like black family.
I saw that one.
Yeah, and
yeah,
he's
with the
like-
tiniest little shop in like a corner somewhere.
Yeah, and he like beasted on a plate, and he was like, "That was fucking bomb." And the lady was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god!" Like,
He was like, "That was fucking bomb," and she was like, "He cleaned his plate." I'm like,
I still
wow.
remember one where we went to a steakhouse, and one of the guys was in the back, and he had a fillet, obviously the most tender piece of steak, and he's got a mallet, and he's just wailing on the fillet with a mallet, and Gordon Ramsay's face is just like, why is he back there hitting it with it? And he's just fat guy too, just wailing on this thing with a mallet. I'm like, all right, dude, way to ruin my steak, thanks, guy.
Gordon Ramsay's the best.
Yeah.
I,
The kid show's good too, though, because it's kind of funny seeing him be like super nice the whole time.
Yeah.
With-
Yeah, super nice. It's like, what if he's being honest though? Like, what if it's like real honesty? Like the adults just suck, and these kids are just fucking amazing.
That
Well,
would
it's
be,
because he knows that the kids are they're innocent. They're
yeah, it's not their fault.
Yeah, they're trying.
It's a
you
Well,
know?
yeah,
stupid
yeah,
8-year-old.
because it's like an adult has like this much level of like capacity, and like they put that much like result.
Yeah.
But a kid has like this much level of capacity, but it's that much result.
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay's like it's still 100%.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know that adult's at 10%. You're at 100%, kid. You're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You think they did like a trial run of how the kids could be in front of an oven and just like a bunch of them just fucking burned themselves because they didn't know how to work it. Because I mean,
Yeah,
you
they
gotta have kids
definitely-
cooking stuff. Like there had to be a few stupid ones that like
Yeah, definitely probably had some problems fucking setting shit up.
parents are screaming, Brandon,
Yeah.
put out the fire. We're never gonna make it on this show.
We gotta get out of here.
Kids just crying while they're cooking. I don't want to do this, Mom.
Yeah.
You're gonna do this.
Gordon's like, you signed the contract.
Do you ever feel like that the older you get too? You used to be a kid and you're like, oh, I'd love to be on TV as a kid. And you're like, that really had to be a parent pushing you to do that shit. Because you're just like a 9-year-old, 10-year-old. You don't know anything.
I know. It probably sucks. Every dude, Macaulay Culkin. Dude,
Yeah,
that kid's
man.
life sucks. Child.
Because you know all the parents are just behind the camera, like, you better fucking smile. You better
Oh,
smile.
yeah.
And it better look good.
How much of that money you ever even going to see by the time you're 18, too?
I know. His parents probably took so much money.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of parents do that. They're like child actors.
That's why they all
A
try
lot
to get,
of
like,
parents just
emancipated
take
at,
off.
like, 15 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
So they can get their own money and business.
This is my fucking money.
Britney's,
Fuck off.
how old is Britney Spears?
She's, like, almost 40.
Yeah, and like her dad always had control over all her money and shit. I
Well,
guess
she
they
is 40.
just released her on that or something. And she's
Yeah, it was
40
like,
fucking years old.
yeah, it was like fucking 15 years or something like that.
She's only 40.
She's probably like 42.
Damn. Anyway,
I just keep going up. At one point, I'm like, yeah, she's 64. It's just-
she might be
Fuck.
45.
yeah. She does look like a mess still, though. Free Britney. Like, good for her. She's free, but Jesus, did that take a fucking toll on her?
Yeah, but she'll never look as bad as Lindsay Lohan, bro.
Oh,
She's
no.
already-
No.
Yeah.
How did Lindsay get... How did her downfall even begin?
Same thing, though. She's just too famous, too
Was
young.
it just drugs?
Yeah, partying.
Just
Fucking ripping it out.
Drugs are a powerful thing.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
And Lindsay, she was a childhood star, right? Like she was
Yeah.
in
Yeah, she
what,
was in
Parent Trap?
Parent Trap, yep.
Yeah. A lot of
Was she in
old
Mean
stuff.
Girls?
She was the star of Mean Girls.
Wow.
I never like watched the full movie, so
I've never seen it.
I went to the movie theaters with a bunch of girls from work to go see Mean Girls in October.
just
last
you were the
October.
only guy.
Me and one other dude, I
Yeah, but
think.
they wanted to go with you. You know what I'm
Yes, I was invited, and I go, I'm definitely going to see Mean Girls.
saying? Yes. Yeah. Well, Nick, you're an enigma, bro.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'8".
I'm pretty sure I've already mentioned this before. He's 5'8". What size shoe are you?
I'm a 13
Holy
in
fuck.
U.S. men's.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I should be at least 6 feet. Like,
You
this
know?
is horse shit.
Dude, let me tell you something. My dad, 6'3". Shoe size, 12.
Yeah, see?
Nick,
And I don't even know how to
13.
swim. You think I'd be able to like use them as
Oh
like
my
flippers or
God.
something, like Michael Phelps or some shit. I can't even swim with these fucking
Yeah, you
things.
get a little hobbit in you. I'll tell you that.
I think that's what it is, actually.
Damn, that's a really good point.
Because hobbits
Yeah.
can't swim either, right? So
got
You ever
that
been to Middle Earth?
I'm trying to. Trying to get over
me
there.
and Nick, we're talking about Hobbiton. You know Hobbiton, right?
No.
Explain it.
Yes,
motherfucker.
Hobbiton is the actual movie set where they filmed all those. It's still there. And they made the
You
green.
can go visit it.
Yeah, they made that bar into a real bar, and you can like go in there and take like tours and shit like that.
Can you drink?
Oh yeah.
So you can go into
Oh,
the
yeah.
bar and drink.
Yep.
Wow.
And they have like different tours where you can do one like a day tour where they show you like where everything was shot, and then you go and just have like a beer. There's like a feast one where you sit at like a super long table with a bunch of people, and there's
Wow.
just mad food on there, and you just
How
get
much
them
is
like
this?
it's only like $100 and something bucks, but it's just
So-
getting to New Zealand.
Oh my
is-
god, it's in New Zealand.
It's in New Zealand,
I
yeah.
knew that they filmed. Yeah, I knew they filmed it in New Zealand.
Yeah, I
but
looked it
didn't
up. Like
know.
the round trip cost was like $3,000 just getting there and
Holy
back. And I was
cock.
like, I don't know if I want to go to Hobbiton that much.
Yeah, I'd go, but then never come back. Figure it out.
One way
Oh, I'm
trip.
stuck there.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna dress up like one of the hobbits, and I'm just going off into the wilderness.
You could just do a one-way trip and work there.
I'll find a golem.
Just fucking. You got the feet to work there.
Oh yeah, I'll be fine. If you guys come, you're fucked. You better bring some fucking boots or something,
I
dude.
need some fucking boots. Steel toe Tims.
I'll be all right.
Dude, if there was any world, like, alternate world that we've seen, like, in a fucking cinema, actually, well, there's a lot. We got the Marvel Universe,
Yeah,
Star Wars, Lord of the Rings.
I'll always be Lord of the Rings all the way.
Fuck Harry Potter, I'm sorry. They're good, I'm sure they're good books, and I know they were great movies, but as far as staying there, you want to stay there? What was the name of the, like, they had different levels or something, and you went to, like, this level and a half, like the 11th and a half floor or whatever.
Oh,
What was it called?
The platform,
Yeah,
9
the-
and 3/4.
Yeah, 9
Yes.
and 3/4. I'm like, what? That was a cool concept. I like that. But I wouldn't want to fucking live.
I wouldn't pick that as the universe that I had to stay in. I'm not picking.
Yeah,
No,
dude,
absolutely not.
Yeah. And
I don't know if I'd want to do Marvel either, because like the world ends like every other year. Like,
I know.
oh, here we go again. Battle for the fucking fate of the planet.
Here we go again.
Fucking A.
And you have no control. Like Thanos snaps his fingers and
Yeah, then
half the
you
world
just
is
disappeared.
Have you all seen Spider-Man No Way Home?
Gone. No, I haven't.
Have you seen it, Nick?
I just read all the spoilers because
These are all
it's a piece of shit. Yeah.
It's, dude, it's such a good fucking movie.
Really?
It's incredible. Yeah.
Now, was that...
So
now I don't
well
know
done.
anything about it. So is that the one... Is it just Tom Holland in that?
No.
So that's when the three collide?
Yeah.
Okay, now... Wait. Is Tobey Maguire in this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, anyone.
Holy
Spoilers.
shit.
Well, the movie's been out long enough anyway. All right.
Holy shit, he makes it in, huh? So how's he looking in that?
He looks a little old and looks like he kind of doesn't want to be there.
Really?
Yeah.
He always looks like that. Dude,
He looks like he's always upset. Like even like paparazzi, he's
I was
just like,
just about
bro.
to say that.
Yeah, you just
Yeah, it's pretty
There
funny.
was this
small temper.
There was this like short little video. It was like 10
Short
seconds, and it was like how Tobey Maguire acts to paparazzi versus Tom Holland. Right? Tom Holland was like, "What's up, Spider-Man? Fuck yeah!"
Yeah, I
And then
saw
Tobey
that.
Maguire comes around the corner, and he's just like, "Motherfucker,
Yeah, I know, he's
you better
eyeing
stop
him.
fucking filming me."
Yeah.
It was like, whoa.
Yeah, I love it. That's
Where's the
pretty-
friendly neighborhood Spider-Man?
He's
Come
gone,
on.
dude.
So
You see that shit third movie?
I know.
That movie was terrible. Fucking Topher Grace was Venom. Why is
Oh.
Eric Foreman Venom like this? He's like 140 pounds.
So then, No Way Home. Which Spider-Man did you think was the best?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Wow. So New Blood.
Yeah.
Sticking with the new blood.
Wow. And, I mean, Andrew Garfield.
It was good seeing like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Very nostalgic, right? Like
Yeah.
very, very nostalgic. But like yeah, like Tom Holland's arc in the movie, just like and like what happens at the end, it's just incredible.
You're
And
like, you can't even compare.
he's the
him.
best Spider-Man because of like he makes the sacrifice bigger than all the rest of the Spider-Man.
But is he the
Like,
best Spider-Man because he's in the best movies? Like, is it because he's got the benefit of the doubt? Like, if you
That-
think if Andrew Garfield
that
was in
movie-
those movies,
That movie is a turning point to where I'm like, holy shit! Like,
Yeah,
Tom
but
Holland's like
he's
my
saying
favorite
that like,
now.
what if Tobey Maguire was placed in that?
Yeah, what if you took
position?
Andrew Garfield and put him in that same movie and switch it? Like, would
Yeah.
it still
Like,
like
And
it's
then
tough?
introduce Tom Holland at the fucking end, and
Yeah.
like,
well, then no.
or no,
it'd be
Tom
very
Holland
different.
was in the early
'Cause-
stages where doesn't
Yeah.
have access to the same kind of.
Because Andrew got screwed. He had the worst movie. They were just putting those movies out to make
Yeah.
money, and those movies were terrible. It's not his fault that those movies
Yeah.
are fucking awful.
He moved pretty like he looked
Like
good
he's
as
definitely
Spider-Man.
he's the third Spider-Man in the movie.
Yeah.
He is the third.
Okay.
Like Tobey Maguire's the second, Tom Holland's the first.
Yeah,
Bro, I don't know. I'd say I'd be like, yeah, Tom Holland has definitely like done a great job, but I don't think any of them
At
are really
the end
better
of
than
that
other.
movie, like that's when you're like, oh shit, he's Spider-Man now. You're like, oh shit.
All right, so obviously I'm missing some
That's
sort of
finally-
information. Did you read the? You said.
Oh,
you
I
read-
know everything.
Okay,
yeah.
so you.
Yeah.
But he still thinks he doesn't think that Tom Holland is fucking.
At the end of the movie, that's the feeling I got. I'm like, okay, yeah, he's Spider-Man now.
You're like, yeah, he's the best.
Yeah, I was like, not necessarily the best, like compared to Tobey Maguire, because like I still have a lot of nostalgia there. But like in my mind, when I think of Spider-Man, it's him now. Like it's him. It's no longer Tobey.
He's Spider-Man.
It used to
Does
be
that mean
Tobey.
that he's
He's the
you know what I
man.
mean?
It used to be Tobey. Like and even like watching like the Avengers and shit, I'm like still Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I'm like that's just how it is. I'm like that's how it was. But at the end of No Way Home, it's like okay, Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Dude,
now.
honestly, let's not forget that the reason that Marvel tied those three timelines together and shit is only because of three different actors. Like that wasn't a fucking comic thing that's like we're gonna get three different Spider-Mans
Yeah,
from three
yeah.
different. Marvel tied it together, and I don't know how they got like.
Oh, 'cause
Obviously, they
Sony.
own it all. Huh?
Sony owned Spider-Man, so now Sony and Marvel are working together to put out.
so that they can mix it.
Yeah, because that's
'cause
why
at
that's
the
why you never
end-
saw any of the X-Men or the Fantastic Four and anything, any of this Marvel stuff,
Right.
anything
Yeah.
because Sony.
And
Yeah.
even the new movie Venom, like that's like
That movie was
since
I didn't even watch it.
well yeah I know
Because I
it's
didn't even
definitely
consider it. It's kind of like Joker, where it's like, well, that not really.
No, they integrated Venom into the Marvel universe at the end.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Since Tobey Maguire's there, so is Venom. Has to
Yeah.
be. So,
Oh, well, that makes sense. I just didn't know it was like, like that same exact kind of like archetype of that So that
Yeah.
same look, huh?
And now the Doctor Strange movie come out is going to be like going more into that and like the multiverse, and it's supposed to be, I guess it's supposed to be like kind of like a horror movie. I think I said that before. But
Yeah, they said it's gonna be like the first
gonna be
Marvel horror
scary.
movie.
Really?
And I guess they're
Yeah.
gonna go like wicked throwbacks of like, remember the original shitty Hulk movie before the Edward Norton?
Yes.
I guess like they might try to bring that guy back. They might try to
Really?
bring Norton back as the Hulk because he's going to any universe. He can go anywhere.
Yeah.
So there might be like original X-Men in it and stuff. They're talking about like
Yeah.
crazy cameo because I guess they were done filming it, and then after everyone loved all the cameos in Spider-Man, they went and did a bunch of reshoots. So
Yeah.
everyone think they just did reshoots to bring more people back which is kind of cheap at the same time though. When you just like remember this guy? You remember this guy?
I know, honestly. Like, oh, what more can we fucking add?
Yeah.
Just it's like throwing every fucking flavor into
They
one
have to be
soda.
really careful with how they do the multiverse, though. They have to be very, very careful
Yeah.
because like they can't just like oversaturate everything. You know.
That's how it's gonna be.
It honestly makes you think, what would No Way Home or whatever these recent movies actually be if there was no like licensing issues or there was no 3 different actors. Like it was one actor or maybe even 2, but just not 3 different actors that all subscribe to 3 different timelines, you know?
Yeah.
They could have even just made it interchangeable, where they know that, or kept it one timeline where the actor did change, but that doesn't mean that the person changed. But they treated it as, oh, that we can't get this, or we're not going to do the same actor, so we have to totally
Just
change the
reboot.
whole. Yeah.
Yep.
So it just feels like the movies now are just a product of recent older, like, not mistakes, but like mishaps, I guess, or kind of shitty obstacles.
They're tying up loose ends.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Which I know it doesn't take away from the movie.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off, but it's like, I'm sure it was a great movie, but it feels like it's really situational. Like, it's circumstantial.
It is. It's certainly circumstantial because like I mean, when those movies were made, it's not like they had this movie
Exactly.
as a forethought.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, they had a whole different plan in mind of how this is all going to go, and then it didn't. They're doing it in DC too because that Flashpoint movie. They're bringing back.
Fuck DC.
They're bringing Michael Keaton back as Batman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's going to
Holy
be in it.
shit.
Not as Bat, but he's going to be a Batman in it.
Oh my god.
And Ben Affleck's going to be in it as a Batman.
They're
so
gonna put fucking Jack Nicholson in as.
He might. Who knows?
what about the OG Batman, like Dark Knight trilogy?
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Well, Michael Keaton would be the OG.
I know.
Well, the other guy performs dead.
He'd
but
be the OGG. I'm talking about.
I don't know.
OG.
I think Christian Bale I think he's done after Dark Knight Rises.
No,
I
that's
think he
fair.
was just like, all right, enough of Batman.
I know.
He doesn't seem like a
I'm
nostalgic
just
kind
saying
of guy.
that would be the one that everyone wants.
Dude, I have a really unpopular opinion. I always like Christian Bale like almost the most. I don't really like, obviously it's not that important, but I feel like Christian Bale was the best. But I didn't see the movies really before or pay
Yeah.
attention. You know, it's same circumstantial thing where I'm younger, so I didn't like grow up watching that. It's kind of like if you went to play Halo 3 now, you're like, these graphics fucking suck.
Yeah.
But when you're younger and you're playing it, you're like, this is a whole new experience. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So if I went to go watch Michael Keaton play Batman right now, I'd be like, this is fucking shit.
Oh, you're like, this is cheesy, dude.
But,
This is.
you know, if I was younger, I'd probably be like, this was way better. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I even know when I was younger, like the shitty Tim Burton's one with George Clooney. I remember even as a kid, I'm like, this movie sucks. Like,
Yeah.
why does the bat suit have nipples? There's no tactical advantage for that at all. What?
It had nipples?
And the Michael Keaton, I mean
Straight
the
up nipples.
Tim Burton one of them. Wow. I think I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
Crazy world.
Yep.
But nonetheless, yeah, Marvel, they've definitely figured it out. They are tying it together, and then they can like birth their own kind of shit at the end. But it feels like they're just, when Iron Man quote died, I don't fucking know anything in No Way Home, whatever. It feels like the universe, not the universe died, but the whole timeline like ended. Like, damn,
Well,
what
the
now?
movie was fucking end game.
I know, but it makes you
It's
think
like
like
you think it's ending. It's like, all right, this is the last
I kind of
one.
have like Marvel fatigue at this point. I'm like, ugh, another fucking superhero Marvel. Oh, look,
Yeah.
there's TV shows of it too. Like, did you watch Hawkeye? Did you watch Wanda? Did you watch? And I'm like, oh shit, there's more to watch. And fucking Shang-Chi and fucking Eternals and fucking whatever. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't
I don't
fuck
have
with
time for all this shit.
the TV shows.
I have a job.
I do not fuck with the TV shows. Like, it's just too much. It's so saturated.
me neither. I just watch the movies,
Yeah.
and it feels like the Hawkeye. I didn't even know that was a
You know
fucking show.
Daredevil,
yes.
like the Daredevil
Yeah.
show on Netflix. That's in Spider-Man: No Way Home. He's there.
Really?
Matthew
Yeah,
Murdock.
he's like the lawyer
I watched
for
the
for
first
Toby.
season.
The I don't know if you
for,
guys watched the new
Tom.
Suicide Squad.
No, I didn't know
Yeah.
there was one.
James,
Yeah.
John Cena's character in it.
Yeah.
His the TV show for dropped today on HBO Max. He's got a TV show. Yeah.
I can't believe he's doing that.
John Cena has a TV show?
As I think it's Peacemaker.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
That character from
I didn't
Suicide
know.
Squad. Yeah,
Dude,
it dropped
the
today.
character is an absolute joke.
It is.
You don't think so? I don't know. I
But
feel
he's
like
like
he's
he's just a murdering Captain America. That's all he really does. He just fucking kills people, but he
yeah.
thinks it's the only way to create peace, so he just murders people to get it.
I just thought that his costume looked really fucking.
Oh yeah,
dumb.
it was just a cheesy.
It's not like Peacemaker's a bad idea. John Cena,
Yeah.
have him as that's cool, but why does the costume look like a fucking? It looks stupid.
Just comic. You're trying to pull costumes out of comic books. Sometimes you just like, dude, don't put that on somebody that looks fucking ridiculous.
I know, or at least not John Cena. He's not proportional, dude. He's all biceps.
His arms are fucking
Yeah, he
massive,
just looks huge.
massive.
But all in all, to bring it back full circle, fuck Marvel. I'd go with Lord of the Rings. You know, probably place myself after the Hobbit series. Obviously, put myself right into the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, you want to go through it? You want to
Dude,
fight?
Dude, I'm fucking honestly, I'd probably be a villain. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you're going.
Dude, I really
You're going to Mordor,
Dude, I really
or
like.
you're going to Isengard. You're going to.
No, I'm not going to Isengard. And fuck Saruman. Dude, I like the Witch King. You know that green
Yes.
magic that he puts around the fucking keep. What was that called?
Yeah.
Minas Morgul. No.
Minas Tirith.
Minas Tirith.
Minas Tirith was
No, Minas Tirith is-
Gondor.
yep.
But I know that when they turned it like dark, it was Minas Morgul. I don't know if that's the castle that looked all green and shit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, dude, the Witch King with that green magic, and then obviously he fucking directs the Nazgul, and then boom, on top of that, the Drakes, the fucking that he flies.
Yep.
Dude, the Witch King is the coolest. But also there was the black, I think it was called the Black Hand from the Shadow of Mordor game.
Yeah.
He was pretty cool too.
That was sick.
Yeah, he was really cool. So
I don't know where I'd want to go. It's like Rohan just seems like a shitty horse.
I know.
City. I don't know if I want to go there. And Gondor is just like, yeah.
I know.
Did you guys play Shadow of War?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh my
That was a
god.
great fucking game.
It was way better than Shadow of Mordor.
Oh yeah, they really like promised like a updated like
The second one, right? I
Siege
didn't play the second one. I
game.
played the first one.
Oh, dude,
I didn't
you gotta
play
play
it.
the second one.
The second one's phenomenal.
They give you actually. Well, I didn't want to spoil it.
Well, I mean, the game's like 7 years old,
they,
isn't it?
I know, but they give you the opportunity to have a ring from like the dark side.
Oh,
Not to sound like Star Wars, like an evil ring.
Yep.
That comes from a fucking
Like one of the ones he
one of the
made.
dead mortal
Yep.
kings that you kill. And then yeah, it's pretty awesome because you're about to die, and then he fucking reaches over to the guy that he just killed that has the ring, and he fucking
puts the
sucks
ring
it
on.
onto his finger, and then yeah, you turn into a wraith, and then you can use all the powers that a wraith would have. And it's actually the magic is I think it's green, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I think that's why I wanted.
Can I stab somebody and
Dude.
turn them into a wraith?
And I think
No,
when you take
If you
over,
can fucking direct your own Nazgul. I know. See, Nick's got ideas, bro. We gotta get him in Warner Brothers.
Play the shit out of that game.
when you take over a siege castle, whatever, like after you like beat the game and you got like the green magic, I'm pretty sure like it's like you turn the castle green,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
so it
it's
used to be like the towers where you would like get to that tower and like save that area or whatever, and it would like kind of show.
Oh, dude, it's so cool because you can take over the entire map, and then obviously there's always like sieges going on what you're trying to defend, but you don't even have to be there. You can like choose to defend it or not. But it is really cool. Like at the when you go to like when you have the evil ring, it's not like it's good or bad anymore. Like everywhere is just darkness.
Yeah.
So it's basically you versus the orcs, and or Uruks, I guess. There's not even orcs in the game. I guess there are a few. But I guess it was mostly like Uruks or something like that. So that's the only reason that they look the way that they do. But dude, the shitty thing about Lord of the Rings, they haven't the new game coming out is
Gollum, yeah. I don't know.
I'm not
Really?
gonna play that fucking
Yeah,
game.
I don't know how that's gonna go at all.
I don't want to play as what is the name of the Hobbit that was Gollum?
Smeagol.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to fucking be that guy. His gross looking ass.
What are you just gonna be like?
All you
fucking,
do is
like,
adventure.
creeping around.
Yeah, literally.
Dude, you literally like adventure, and you probably just
It's
do
Gollum
puzzles and
Simulator?
like you're exploring
Yeah.
shit. and you
It's
probably
gonna
have
be weird. Like, what is it gonna be like? Are you just gonna like adventure around to like find
I just
items,
know-
or are you just gonna like go through the story through like fucking Gollum's point of view? Like,
I don't know if like I know you would hope that at the very least you're gonna see, you know how throughout the movie in Lord of the Rings Gollum is always like in the corner, he just comes
Yeah.
out of nowhere and creeps by, so I would imagine that it would be some sort of like cinematic experience because I know the graphics look good,
Yeah.
it looks really realistic and shit, so I'd imagine it's gonna be kind of like Detroit Become Human. You know, you guys ever heard of that game?
Yeah.
No.
It was a really good graphical game, but all it was choices.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
I'm not saying that this would be choices. I think you'll be able to move around and shit, but you could also do that.
Yeah, there's obviously gonna be no fighting.
Yeah, I know. Like,
What are you gonna fight?
I
Like
know.
a fish?
I know.
Like, what do you-
I know you fucking eating fish.
Just slamming
Oh.
fish and rocks. Like that's
Just
all you're
gross
gonna.
ass teeth.
I know.
Fucking.
That's what I thought of immediately. That scene.
Yeah.
If it's not like fucking $60, and if it goes through like a cinematic thing,
Yeah.
I'll probably watch somebody stream it first to see how it is.
Oh,
and think
yeah,
about it,
That's a good idea.
but yeah, I'm not excited about it. I'm like, dude, I can't wait for that Gollum game that's coming out. Like,
I know there was a game called Lord of the Rings: War in the North. Have you ever played that game?
yeah,
That's an old game. I think that came out in like 2011 or something.
Yep.
But it was really fun, and it was like really simple. So I feel like if they just had a newer game like that, it would be more enjoyable.
that's one where you like
what was going away?
pick your own character. Like, you're not one of the
It's
people
not
from the
even
Fellowship,
that.
right?
It's kind of like fucking what's it called? It's kind of like Dragon Age. I don't like Dragon Age, but in Dragon Age you have companions and you can just swap between them, just like
Yeah.
Lego Star Wars.
Yep.
When you can just switch between your companions.
Yeah.
So you can do that exact same thing, and it's just between a fucking dwarf, which looks just like Gimli, and then it's a guy that looks kind of like, it's a blonde dude. I don't know. Kind of looks like Aaron. It's basically a Strider guy.
All right.
And then a mage. Yeah, she was pretty. I forget all their names, but yeah, it was a. You can choose between those three, but you go through the whole story, and it was like it has good cinematics and shit. That came out in 2011, so you'd hope that they could.
Yeah, fucking 10 years later, we get something out of it.
Yeah, no. What the fuck? What's up with Gollum, bro?
Gollum,
I wanna play
dude.
that shit.
I don't know. They should be coming out with Shadow of War 3. That's what it should be.
Whoa, or Shadow of War 2.
Well,
How did it end in a way though that they could make another one? No.
Well, this is the thing. Like, abandon just that guy, because
Yeah, that's true. Tell somebody else's story.
I
That's
know,
all you
they
can
always
really.
get so caught up on like we have to do, because the character came out of nowhere. Like, the protagonist has no name in the movies at all.
Yeah, they just-
all he is a Gondor like soldier, and then they kill his wife in the beginning.
Yep.
So
My favorite thing about that game was just going to like the cities and just waiting for them to ring the bell. Like when you were in Beast and you're like, dude,
Yeah.
no one's touching me, and just let them, just fucking orcs just come at you and just for like 10, 15 minutes just battle them.
yeah.
Fucking stoned out of my mind.
yeah, like what's great about Shadow of War 2, it has like the fighting like combat system is exactly like the Batman games.
Yeah, it's made by Warner Brothers.
Yeah, great
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
I love the combat. It's kind of like
they copy and pasted the combat system from Batman.
Oh, it's exactly the same.
And I don't give a fuck, it's
It's a
incredible.
good fighting system.
It's awesome.
You stun them, and then you just smash X or Y, and then
Yeah.
maybe you hold it, and
yeah, and you just watch it.
different kind of moves, and then you can do that roll shit or whatever. You're like, this is fun.
Dude,
I know.
fucking roll shit.
It kind of reminds me of Assassin's Creed a little bit, where you have to have like timed parries.
Yep.
So any kind of fighting like that looks good, especially if the animations are good. And I think Warner Brothers did a really good job. The game looked great. I will say though, maybe sometimes it felt like there could have been more. Like it felt like you were always tied down to just a sword and the bow, obviously. Which, as we all know, there's way more that you could do or use. So
Should have had
maybe
fucking
that.
staffs. Like
I know.
magical staffs.
Maybe a mage aspect, dude. If Lord of the Rings made an MMO.
If they made
It
like
would
a
be-
Skyrim, like a
Oh my god, if they made an open world single player game that's not like fucking Shadow of War, that was basically like playing Civilizations or fucking Total War,
You
Yeah.
can walk all the way from the
That's- you
Shire
wanna go-
to
Yeah,
fucking
we're
Mordor.
talking, yes, exactly, dude. We're talking
Oh
going
my
all
God.
across Middle Earth. They have so much money. Like,
I'm
why-
surprised they haven't done that yet.
Exactly.
Like,
Come on, Jeff Bezos.
you think they would have hopped on that as soon as like the movies
Yeah,
came
we
out?
did.
Just made like a World of Warcraft kind of fucking.
What happened to Amazon? They were gonna make a Lord of the Rings show.
Oh, they're still making it. It hasn't come out yet.
Fucking what year is that coming out?
What year?
I know they spent like $100 million in the first season,
Hopefully it's
my
like
God.
Christmas this year.
Not even out yet.
but it's way before everything.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Before The Hobbit.
Yeah,
before the original Lord of the Rings.
it's gonna be way before all that.
Yeah, well,
Which makes it easy too, so people aren't like, "Where's Aragorn?" They're like, he wasn't born yet. All right, don't worry about. I don't see Orlando Bloom anywhere.
yeah.
Because I would be that guy. So.
The Hobbit movies weren't bad. I liked them, not like the last one. I liked the first one a lot.
The first one had potential. I'm like, all right, this isn't bad. I can see where this is
Yeah.
going. And then the second one, you're like, please don't do this to me. And
Yeah,
the third
I
one, you're like,
know.
oh, they fucking did it.
I know, I know. The Battle of the Five Armies was just a joke, but then Desolation of Smog felt like they were just making a big deal.
I didn't
out of
like how much
something. It didn't even
CGI.
seem like an interesting issue. Like,
Yeah.
who gives a fuck? Basically, while I was watching it, but then with an unexpected journey, it actually felt like Lord of the Rings, where it started and there wasn't a bunch of action constantly. It was more so about, not to sound gay, but it was more so about like being curious and adventure rather than violence and fighting.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like Battle of the Five Armies was literally just a brawl.
It sounded
was-
more gay because you preference. You
I was like,
prefixed
not to
it
be
with-
gay, but I'm gonna be gay. I am gay. Yeah,
That's the only reason it sounded.
I know what you
gay.
mean, though. Like,
It's
the
true,
Battle
though.
of the Five Armies is just like.
it's just like let's fucking fight, and all they just the elves came and that shitty fucking elf who sucks on his fucking
His
massive
stag,
moose,
or
yeah,
whatever
his
he was-
stag
yeah.
thing. Yeah, that guy sucked. He came at the end. His fighters sucked, and
It was all CGI.
know, you could
The
see-
best part of the Lord of the Rings is people in makeup. It's
Yeah.
people dressed like fucking orcs and orcais
It
and,
looked
and
really
anything
good.
you can think of, fucking goblins and shit, and it looked awesome. And then
Yeah.
this one came out, it was all just CGI, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
no.
Why is
So-
Legolas even in it? He's not in The Hobbit.
I know, and it just didn't even look.
I made the mistake of I read the book right before that movie came out, so I'm like, all right, I'm ready. And then I watched the first one, and I'm like,
Disappointment.
all right. And then the second one, I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't even in the book. Like, what do we?
I know. It's like, what the fuck?
This isn't even Lord of the Rings. The fuck?
Yeah, they probably just thought, how can we make or try to make an interesting movie rather than how can we follow the timeline?
Yeah.
And fuck, I don't know.
They should have just made 2, but they're like, we got to make 3. You can't just make 2.
The first one had 3, so this one has to. No, it doesn't. Just make a good story. That's it.
Yeah, that's all I care
It
about.
doesn't need to be 3.
I don't get how people, when they're making movies, they think that they should do shit, quote, for the money, because, like, as soon as, if you follow the actual timeline and, like, and you can still make it good, you follow the actual events that happened and add your own cinematic shit to it, it can still come out, like, satisfying everyone's palates. You just have to have
Yep.
the awareness of it. It's like, what's up with people making these movies or whatever and missing, like, the entire point because they think that they're going to make more money.
Yeah,
It's
oh,
like
yeah.
you make more money through it being what people wanted, and like I don't know. It's
That's
just
what
so
happened to
fucking stupid.
Andrew Garfield. That's literally what happened. They just wanted the money. And
I
you were
know.
like, but this movie, like, wait, you guys just kind of rushed everything in. Like, this movie just feels like clunky.
I know, and he's such a good actor. Like he's a really, really good actor.
Yeah.
So he just got fucked over with that. So it's like, you know.
I mean, they make a lot of movies. That new Matrix movie was essentially just a cash grab. Why else would they make that?
Dude.
And I did watch it, and I did like it. They got me.
Oh.
They got me.
In the movie, they even say like, "Oh, this is a cash grab." Like,
And they
in,
literally
like,
threw Warner Brothers under the bus. They were like,
Yeah.
because it was a game.
Yeah,
instead
yeah,
of this,
yeah.
so they were like at a gaming company. And he's like, Warner Brothers is gonna make this with or without us, and they were gonna make the Matrix with or without Wachowski, who made the original ones. So the director threw that in there as a jab that this movie was getting made. Don't blame me.
Oh, dude, that's what's good about Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah,
he
the
really-
third wall. Anytime you bring down you start doing all the talking to the
Fourth
audience.
wall.
The fourth wall. Yeah.
Fourth wall. He really just owns that character well. Because same thing with like you're saying about Henry Cavill with The Witcher. Like when they want to do it, like they actually read up on it and are interested in the character. Like,
Yeah, there's
so-
certain people that were just meant. Like Hugh Jackman was meant to be Wolverine. Like I can't imagine anyone else being
After watching
Wolverine.
Logan, dude,
Logan.
you just really want to see Wolverine back in action,
Yeah.
young again. So when what's it called, Doctor Strange comes out
Yeah,
with
they
his
might.
movie or whatever, if I get to see Hugh Jackman again, jacked, just fucking slicing and
ripped.
dicing with adamantium steel, I'm gonna be like, oh my god.
Logan was so fucking good.
I know.
That was so good.
Dude, the very end when he fucking took that fluid or whatever, and then he just started killing everyone.
He just screamed in the woods, and you were like, dude, I get like goosebumps even thinking about it. You
Yeah,
just
I
heard him
know.
just do this like primordial scream, and he just had him murdering everybody.
Yeah, it wasn't even
the
about,
movie was so raw.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good movie.
It was
it
like
was definitely like honest. He seems so run down, dude, driving that limousine.
Oh, the beginning of it, him just fighting those people getting shot and
Yeah.
everything, and like you can tell he's like not healing well anymore, and he's like bleeding, he just looks old, and you can see like the poison from like the adamantine in his skin and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like wicked sad when you saw that he wasn't healing as
Yeah.
quickly. You're like, holy shit.
Which is a cool concept to think that when you like you couldn't have a metal skeleton you would body, you know what I mean? You just poison yourself and die, and you're like, well, he heals himself, but it's like after a while, I just can't.
Yeah.
Like, it's just healing too much, fighting it too much that it's going to win.
Yeah.
It was sad seeing Professor X all dementiaed out. He's in like a
I
fucking
know.
water tower.
I know. You gotta fucking fix his catheter and fucking change his diaper. Going from being like the most powerful everything.
Yeah, literally like the meta.
He could see everything.
He could communicate with anybody on the planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was good
really,
seeing them swear too.
I know.
It was funny seeing him drop F-bombs, and it's always good.
That was a really cool concept, that character. And so was fucking Magneto. I liked Magneto a lot. I liked his mask.
They picked a perfect guy for it, yeah. I even liked Younger when they did I mean, not that those movies are great. Like, X-Men Apocalypse is a terrible movie, but...
Yeah, I always liked X-Men. I felt like that was just a huge part of the universe that was always being left out. I mean, they had their own movies, but, you know, when it came to integrating it at all, it was never really done too well.
No.
Yeah, because X-Men's Marvel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you think
Fox and Sony owned
Dude,
it.
I'm not gonna lie, it feels like DC. It's like that's how
it
separate
just seemed,
it feels.
yeah, what it does feel like is not part of Marvel.
Yeah.
It feels like it's
like
something.
it's its own...
Yeah, that like a cousin of Marvel that sometimes comes around.
Same thing with
you know,
Fantastic Four. Like, you watch those movies, like, what universe is this part of? The shit universe? Because these movies are awful.
Shit universe.
These are fucking terrible.
Dude, the other one positive thing I'll say about Fantastic Four is I did really like the villain, Doctor Doom. Only because
Yes, Victor Doom.
yeah, I like that concept. Honestly, mainly because the rapper MF Doom. And
Yes.
like his whole aesthetic
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it. So when you watch a movie, you're like, you know, it's interesting. And
Yeah, you already
obviously-
kind of have a connection. You're like,
Yeah, exactly. And his costume, I liked his costume a lot, like with the full metal. Once he's enough of the fucking human skin, he gets rid of all that shit, and then he's just got the green hood and whatnot. I like that.
yeah.
Silver Surfer was fucking stupid, but
I know he's like such a powerful character, and they were just like, nah, we'll just make him this little, like, whiny kind of.
I know,
Alright.
aluminum humanoid. But yeah, I like Doctor Doom. Other than that, Fantastic Four, no.
They made up a lot of X-Men movies too.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of
First
Wolverine
Class.
movies, and a lot of them weren't that great. And that's not Hugh Jackman's fault. The only reason that they kept making those movies because you're like, I'll watch Hugh Jackman fuck some people up again. Like,
That's true. It's kind of like Rocky.
yeah,
Kind of
you're
like Rocky,
yeah.
where you know he's just gonna win, so you just keep watching it.
All the
He's only
Taken
coming-
movies. You're like, why did she
Yeah.
get taken again? But if
Again?
Liam Neeson's kicking the shit out of somebody, I'm in.
I know.
Why would you take her again? It's Liam Neeson's daughter. Like, well, stop taking. Stop.
She's like old and wrinkly now. You're like, nobody wants her.
Yeah.
Stop, guy.
Yeah.
Like,
There's like dudes from the fucking senior citizen home
Yeah.
coming to get her, throwing her in the Prius. Oh,
Liam Neeson just comes out of his grave. Like,
it's a Halloween movie.
gotta rescue my daughter.
I like the first movie
Taken
a lot.
Halloween.
You know?
The first one was awesome.
It was honestly
good.
believable. Like the guy was old, but he moved.
Yeah, they didn't have it be too like ridiculous with the
Yeah.
crazy kicks and shit. And you're like,
Pretty-
that guy's just ripped all of his muscles in his leg if he did that in real life.
Yeah, I know. It's got to be tired after 15 seconds of fighting.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Solid.
As a rock.
I'm gonna try to for like one of my first projects or like a going project. I'm gonna try to make like a Human Bacon Podcast website. Because
Yeah,
I
dude.
mean I'm in fucking CS now, so might as well do the thinguses.
you still
that
gotta,
relate to it.
Make the intro too. You still got to throw some mixes together and make a
Yeah,
human bacon
Ooh.
intro.
I'll have to take snippets from like
That's what I mean. Yeah.
videos and stuff. Yeah, that won't be too hard.
Especially at the beginning. We always just say the same shit at the beginning. You could really just take those clips of us
Yeah.
just talking about the episodes and whatever.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And then you got to find a few clips of Lola noises.
It's just our little fucking velociraptor claws on the floor.
Claws. Her fucking drinking water.
Yep.
Have you looked up if that's a website yet?
What? Human Bacon Podcast?
They're getting sued.
We had it first.
You'll have to pay for the domain.
Yeah.
But after you pay for the domain, which is really cheap, you can. I don't think that's gonna be a fucking thing. website. Did
No.
you look it up yet?
I haven't, but I mean, like, I didn't think I needed to. Like, that's so specific.
I know, but honestly, dude. I mean, it's the internet. There's a million.
There's that one guy.
Really weird name.
Some
website.
guy's just holding on to it.
Yeah.
I want $10,000 and you can have
Oh
it.
my god, they'll do that. But then you're like, bro, I'll just add a fucking S at the end or something.
Yeah, a
Like,
little- yeah.
Why would I need this specific? So, yeah, just fucking purchase a domain and then you're chilling. I know guys pay like it's literally cents a month to pay for the domain.
Because as far as programming,
3 cents.
as far as like programming a website, I don't know
It's
really
easy as
anything
fuck.
about that.
If you
but
use HTML,
yeah,
you'll have a really easy time. As a matter of fact, my dad owned 2 pizza places and like these 2 restaurants, and he created the website through HTML. And he has he's in criminal justice. He's a fucking prison guard. He's a prison guard who owned 2 restaurants, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna figure this out. So I guess he either bought an HTML book or just looked it up online. But it was a good looking website. I mean, it had art on it and everything where you could see like fucking, decals and shit. So it didn't look bad. And you can do the exact same thing. But if you've been using JavaScript, since that's a browser-based language, you could use JavaScript to, and it's actually preferred to use JavaScript over HTML because people say you can do a lot more with JavaScript over HTML. But it's honestly up to you.
yeah, I'll figure it out. I'm using my fingers. I'm gonna get in there.
It'll look cool.
Look wicked
A
fucking
lot of
cool.
bacons, a lot of humans.
Dude, we talked about so much different shit.
And we didn't even we weren't like, all right, we're going to talk about this, and then we're going to talk about this. We just come in and just start shooting the shit and see where we go with it.
Well, it's because, like, prior, I feel like, we would just talk on one subject and then, like, feel like we need to look for something else.
Yeah, you're
so
reaching.
I was like, you know what? I'm fucking not doing that. I'd rather just say whatever comes to my mind.
That's what
and
we
then
do.
I feel like for the future, yeah, just always do that.
Oh, yeah, it makes it, a lot better just kind of riffing. Just
Yeah. But this is awesome. Thanks for this.
bottle
Irish
of water.
whiskey.
Bottle of water.
Bottle of Irish water.
H2O. 2 hydrogen atoms.
What's the difference between Irish water and regular water?
I know. Well, this is water in Ireland.
I would say that probably
Oh,
is
I
water
mean,
in
that's
Ireland.
true. That's completely true. I'm just retarded.
Whiskey.
Bottled water from Ireland.
Well, hopefully you fix the echoes soon. I mean, if I should probably just look into it more. I know that we spent a pretty good amount of time
We
looking
did.
around.
We spent.
Yeah.
And everything you
I know,
tried to
Nick fucking
troubleshoot,
was
like
just
I
sit-
tried.
was
I was
sitting there
on
watching
my
us.
phone just like,
Yeah, he's like,
I know
oh
how to
my-
use this.
Yeah, I know. So
Disco on internet.
I mean, that's the thing about technology that I love about CS is there's always a reason.
Yeah.
But dude, it gets really obscure. Like sometimes you're like, well, Jesus, what is it? But I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll just throw everything away.
I know.
Just get all
buy-
new
just
Buy
shit.
a
new
new
shit.
one.
Fuck
How
it.
much was this again?
That was like it was like 180.
Yeah, that was the
See,
most
that-
expensive thing. Yeah.
That's not bad though, And you obviously wouldn't get a new one, but I have no fucking idea. I work with a guy that is in AV, and anyone who works with audio is gonna know all about this shit.
Yeah.
And he actually told me that he does broadcasts. Dude, I should fucking ask him. What am I doing? Yeah, after this, I'll fucking see.
think
Because
Tyler's like, I mean, Luke's like, I know exactly the guy
I know,
who
I
could
don't-
solve this.
I know, I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, he has a fucking degree in audio-visual shit, and he broadcasts, like, sports and stuff. I was like, what sports? He's like, all of them. I'm like, okay.
Whoa, even the
alright, so-
obscure ones, cricket and
Yeah, I know. I'm like, okay, well, not all of them, jackass.
fucking
but
water
probably-
polo. What are you,
Yeah, he probably just meant basketball, football, and baseball.
piece of shit
And it
faggot? Don't
said-
it?
He's like, yeah, I know. But if he was, I mean, that's better than being like exclusively tennis. I'd be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. That's
He's like, oh.
girls swimming.
He's like, let me
Well,
tell
that's
you
creepy.
about the come up of Serena Williams. You've never really heard a struggle.
Take a seat.
Yeah.
Why don't you take a seat?
But we'll figure it out. I think it's just because you have a few different things connecting here. Like, I don't know what the fuck. What does this do again? This connects all the headphones?
The mics.
Or the mics.
That is the headset.
Oh, that is the headsets.
Oh,
Never
the
mind.
headsets, yeah.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So I just know that whenever you're connecting, because like these aren't the same brand. I don't know. I always like check compatibility and shit, but you said it wasn't happening before, so
It
that's
wasn't, and I don't know what. Something changed. It's
Yeah,
either a
exactly.
setting on the computer or something that was switched on there.
yeah.
But as far as our troubleshooting methods. We have not.
Dude, it was pretty
Swing and a
extensive.
miss.
For whoever works in computers, let me tell you, dude, I looked at everything on the computer. As far as the fucking apparatus itself, I got no idea what's going on here. But yeah. I mean, yeah, there's an answer. We'll figure it out. I'll text that guy.
Yes, the future. We can text.
All right.
Yep.
Let's wrap it up. I gotta pee.
He's got to pee.
Out of my
All right.
penis.
Everybody have a good one.
Take it easy. Thank you.
Adios.